So this video is going to upset a lot of people, and that is okay with me because you work so hard for your money and you deserve to know the truth when it comes to buying the right property. Because let's face it, not every home should be purchased for real estate investing. So there are 5 major types of houses you should never buy, even if it looks like a deal to you. These properties are designed to fool you. They look affordable on paper, but they immediately turn into money pits, insurance problem as soon as you close on the property. Especially, they also become a resale disaster. Buying this kind of property is a huge mistake that can cost you tens of thousands in repair, in insurance risk, and loss of equity that you can never see again. I am Wale Lawal. I'm a rental property investor based in Houston, Texas. I have worked with over 400 new and experienced investors to start and scale their rental portfolio. I personally own over 30 rental units in the Houston, Texas area, and I continue to help a lot of people to do the same thing every single day. So as you can imagine, I've seen a lot of houses, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, I get it. I understand that some real estate market can be very competitive, but if you buy the wrong one, that can actually cost you more money and pain that you will regret for several years to come. So let's protect your investment and help you buy the right house for yourself and for your family. The number one type of house you should avoid is houses in a flood zone or any kind of natural disaster zone. If it's in a flood zone, wildfire, or hurricane-prone area, you are gambling with nature, and as you already know, nature will always win. So even if it's never flooded before, or it doesn't have any history of being burned by wildfire, the insurance premium alone can crush your cash flow and drain your bank account every single month. And this is the tricky part of it. When you try to sell it, most buyers will run away for the hill because they know the history on that property. So you always want to make sure you pull the FEMA flood map and local disaster risk data before you offer on any property. If the FEMA flood map categorizes it as a high-risk flood or is in the zone AE or zone E, I will walk away from that property. Even if the kitchen has recently been upgraded, I will just run away and I will not buy that property. The type of house number 2 you should not buy is houses with foundation or structural problem. If the foundation is bad, the deal is bad, period. Cracks in the wall, sticky doors, floppy doors, these are all red flags for costly structural movement I don't want you to undertake. So buying a house with a foundation issue is an absolute no-no for a new buyer or a new investor without a construction experience. So never rely on the basic inspection report. You always want to hire a structural engineer before you offer on that house or before you even close on the house to make sure you fully understand what you're about to get yourself into. Because a few $100s like $500, $600 can save you tens of thousands of dollars in future repairs and future headache. The number 3 kind of houses you should avoid is cheap flips or poorly built new home. And I understand that this part might upset a lot of my investors that are flipping houses or new construction builders. And again, I believe you deserve the truth because some of you love brand new homes until you realize how fast they fall apart. Now, during the hot market, builders rush projects to complete them faster. Also, flippers were cutting corners just to maximize their profit margin. Few of the situations I've seen are poor drainage system, bad plumbing, weak foundation, electrical issues are few of the issues I've seen. And these are happening on new home, new construction, and recently flipped houses. And you might be thinking, oh, why should I see all this on a new construction? Well, you might be wrong because even a new construction can have a cracked slab, can have a leaky roof within just 6 months of after construction. So you want to make sure you check the builder's permit history and warranty and ask them for some evidence or receipt of the big systems like your roof, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, to make sure they have properly followed the steps and they didn't cut any corners. And if they cannot show you the proof, I will just assume that they didn't do all this job right. I will move on to the next property. So because it's new doesn't mean it's done right. And before you go to war in the comment section, I'm not saying every old house is bad or every new house is good. A 1940s home with solid bones and good maintenance would definitely outlive a rushed 2025 new construction. So the key here is the quality and the care for the house is far more important than the age of the house. The first kind of houses I will run away from is what I call the triple threat location trap. That is houses that are located in this kind of location. You see, there are some homes that are so beautiful, but they belong to the wrong location. You will see these homes sitting next to freeway, railroad, back to major highways, commercial property, or even a strip club. And you look at the pictures online, they look so beautiful, and you are now wondering, why is it really priced so low? Why does the agent say price to sell? Well, they price to sell because they know there is an underlying issue that is not attractive to a lot of buyers, so they drastically reduce the price to catch catch the attention of uninformed buyers. And when I'm talking about triple threat, I'm talking about noise, I'm talking about pollution, and I'm talking about undesirable activities around the property. And all these threats will cause a limited buyer demand for the long-term value of that particular home because of the wrong location. So you want to use your Google satellite view to tour the neighborhood and the property before you even drive down there. And if you see a power line, you see a cell tower, you see a landfill, you see a strip mall, you see an industrial zone or a gas station near to the property, before you drive by, I probably will skip that property and move on to the next one. And I will do this, and I recommend you do the same thing, because you can easily remodel a kitchen, but you cannot change the property location or the face of the neighborhood. All right, I'm currently building a national community of like-minded investors that are helping each other build wealth the right way. So I invite you to join the community. You can find the invitation link in the video description below. The number 5 kind of houses I will not buy, either for my primary residence or for an investment property, is over customized or quirky kind of home. So if your realtor says something like, oh, it has a unique feature, is one of a kind, I will be careful, because what does one of a kind mean, or what does a unique feature mean? You want to make sure you fully understand what your realtor means by one of a kind before you jump into that property. Because homes with a wild color scheme, strange layout, themed room, they sit longer on the market because they just don't appeal to a larger pool of buyers. They appeal to limited buyers because they are very hard to sell, and of course it means that you're going to lose money when it comes to the resale time. So the tips here is that you want to invest in neutrality. You want to invest in a property that is very neutral, very appealing to a broader audience and broader pool of buyers. I would look for something simple, something clean, and something that will rent faster to a broader kind of tenant, broader kind of audience. And I will also look for property that will be so easy to sell and that will sell for more money, because the layout is very, very important when you are buying real estate. And you have to always remember that you are building wealth. You are not making a Pinterest board. And if you see a dragon mural in the dining room, either it's an Airbnb theme or someone's midlife crisis. So if you want my free home buyer red flags checklist I put together, simply click on the link in the description below to join my online community of like-minded people. This is where I drop a lot of my valuable resources. You will find it super helpful. And if you are serious about buying your first or your next property with confidence, I invite you to schedule a consultation on my calendar. You will find a link to my calendar in the video description below. We'll walk you through exactly how to buy the house right, how to save a lot of money, and how to position yourself for a long-term equity growth. So now that you know which kind of houses to avoid, I want you to watch this next video on why brand new homes are now cheaper than the older homes in so many United States markets. This video will show you why this shift is happening right now and how to use it to your own advantage. Trust me, you're going to find a lot of value there. So click right here to watch the video, and I will see you in the video. Peace.